this. My eyesight's going. I used to have 20/20 vision. I used to be a pilot.
Yeah.
In my dreams.
In your dream.
And then reality hit, and then she started making me have babies, and then it was just succumbed.
Making you
I really didn't enjoy it. She made me do it.
She hated every moment.
She made me do it. How are you enjoying the heat?
It's actually not too bad in here today.
In here, yeah, because we got a new setup. Don't know if you can tell, but we got a new setup.
We do
a new
have
t-shirt. Don't know what these are meant to do, but they look pretty good, and they really work for my autism.
They stopped Mike from headbutting the wall when he has one of his moments.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have one today.
No, hopefully not. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Get out my little prompt, and I don't mean Molly. I might mean Molly.
He calls it little.
Yeah, saves anyone else having to do it. Anyway.
Saves your ego.
You've got to be honest with yourself at my age.
Yeah, mate, I know what you're feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, because it is 2025.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Sunday League Effect in an actual normal looking room.
And it looks good.
We'll eventually turn the camera around so you can see the rest of the room. But
no, we won't.
This is this is
keep the illusion.
Yeah, this is as good as a studio gets for us. So welcome back, and anyone who's new around here, welcome to the Sunday League Effect. I am, of course, Mike, and this is Nick.
Hello, everyone. And yeah, we're diving straight into what is going to be hopefully a much better season than last season. I'm going to be honest.
I don't know, as a West Ham fan, mate, I'm not optimistic.
Mate, I'm still in the Championship, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, true.
So, but, we've got a lot to go through today. Well, I say a lot. We've got a few things.
A lot of waffling.
Yeah, we're
going
to
very little to talk about, so a lot of waffling.
Yeah, and you're hopefully going to enjoy it. So, for all the returning people, lovely to see you again. For all the newbies, please like, subscribe, comment, and ring that bell.
Yep. Oh, and also, if you're going to comment and you don't like us, please be more original than time to put down the mics.
Yeah, they shouldn't sell
or give up, lads.
Yeah, sell your equipment. That's quite a popular one.
So if you don't want us doing it, my beard looks atrocious. Jesus Christ, I look
shave, mate.
If you don't like us, that's fine. We're not expecting everyone to, but come up with something original, please. I beg you.
It's boring.
Yeah, it is.
You're boring.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're going to start off with obviously the fixtures were released for next season.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about tough starts, easy starts, and everything in between. Not everything in between, because we're not going to talk about everyone.
We can't get through everyone, because if we got through everyone, you guys would be bored just as much as we would, because there is not a lot of excitement.
Yeah. So if you're like a Brighton fan or
Bournemouth.
Actually, Bournemouth's got a little bit of a segment from me, to be honest. But
okay,
Brighton, Bournemouth, Fulham. We're not going to talk about you today because your fixtures aren't that bad, to be honest.
Not a terrible start.
Actually, there might be. I don't know. But I have to look at my prompts. I don't actually know.
To be honest, talking of terrible starts, Man United have pissed someone off. They have got the worst fixture starts.
Up to stats, wasn't it? That's what we used. So all the information we got, by the way, people, fucking hell, words.
Everybody.
Yeah. Is from Optastats, so we're not making it out.
These are actual stats facts.
Go on, who they got?
So Man United start with probably the 5, they were saying, hardest. So they've drawn, it's not the 5 hardest, but they've got a really tough start. They've drawn Arsenal, Fulham, Burnley, City and Chelsea as their first 5.
Arsenal, City and Chelsea?
Arsenal, City and Chelsea,
I hadn't really looked at the fixtures, to be honest, before this prep came out.
No, so I'd seen some of it, and obviously I got my up to stats and things come in, but I hadn't really looked too much into it. Being a Championship fan, I like watching it when it first comes out. It's a nice little surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
on that actually,
go on.
Have your fixtures haven't been released yet?
No, not yet.
So does anyone know this? Actually, I know you might not.
I
don't. Why do the Premier League fixtures get released before the Football League, even though the Football League starts a week earlier?
I don't really know, actually. I don't know if it's... There's not any reason behind it that I can think of.
Well, no, because the fixtures come out for Champions League and Europa League, and that's why they come out.
Everything first.
Maybe that's why, because the Champions League preliminary rounds have started, or start in July.
Okay, so...
Maybe. I don't
know if it's anything to do with transfers as well.
Well, your transfer window's, the same though.
Yeah, so I don't mean that. What I mean is they... Potentially, if they set out the Premier League fixtures first, if there's anybody they want to send out on loan up until January or anything like that, it might help. I don't know. Could be. Could not be.
I don't know. So United have the hardest start. And Man United are dreadful as well.
Yeah, if they carry on like last season,
that's going to be...
How Amarim is still there, I don't know.
Well, we'll get on to that, but that start's going to be like climbing Everest and flip-flops. It's going to be an uphill battle. Like, they obviously got... we'll talk a little bit about transfers as well. I was going to say that in the intro. Waffled on and just jumped over everything.
Just got into it, mate. Just got excited.
But it is a difficult start, isn't it? To have Arsenal, City and Chelsea all in the first 5 games.
Yeah.
Do you know if they're home or away?
So I think their first game is home.
And is that against Arsenal? Is that opening day?
Yeah.
Is that the Friday kickoff or is that...
I don't actually know.
I haven't looked at what days the kickoff.
So all I've seen...
That's going to be Saturday lunchtime.
It's going to be.
That's Saturday lunchtime.
Although I don't know if it might be a Sunday game. Because it's Arsenal United.
Yeah, it could be first Super Sunday.
Yeah. But
normally the Friday games, like it has one of the big clubs in.
Yeah, normally.
But probably should have looked at this before we started.
Maybe. Don't worry about it.
But this is the only podcast where you guys know more than we do, so...
And that's the fun bit.
Yeah, that's definitely the fun bit.
And, we would sell everything and not do it anymore, but it wouldn't be worth anything. So we just decided to carry on.
It's starting to sound bitter now, aren't we?
Yeah. Should we stop?
Yeah, probably.
Should we stop?
Probably. See you later, guys. Bye.
Positive only. Arsenal don't have a great start.
Who have Arsenal got?
So if I'm right, they've got United away. So, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Home away. Liverpool away and City at home. Within their first 5.
Well, that's harder than United's, isn't it?
It is, but considering how well...
the recruitment from them teams.
Yeah, but Arsenal... I mean, I'm going to get shit on, but Arsenal are a much better team than United at the moment. Really?
I don't think you get shit on it all. That's true. They are.
It is true, but United fans are fucking blind to it, and they really...
Yeah, but if United get the players that they're after...
Yeah, true.
And Arsenal are fishing in a pond that is in a septic tank.
Yeah. What's that place in Chernobyl? That's where they're fishing for.
Yeah, they're fishing for catfish in a goldfish bowl.
That's enough fish.
Yeah, the fish analogies are done.
Yeah.
So they've got
United away, Liverpool away, and City at home. So,
but then this is what winds me up with the fixtures. Like, you're going to have
all the good
potentially
ones early.
3 to 5 of the biggest fixtures of the season
in the first
done before the first
weeks.
international break, because we're probably about on 35 of them.
Yeah, across the first,
and then in between them you'll probably have rubbish games to watch like Everton, Brentford.
Yeah. I mean, obviously with United, although they've got a difficult one, they also have Fulham and Burnley. Now
Burnley's probably the only game you look at that and be like, they'll definitely win that.
Yeah.
The other games, it depends on United. Like, I know they're seemingly recruiting well. Like, on paper they're recruiting well, and they're looking at the right players.
But can Amarim do anything about it?
Anything about what?
Well, he gets the new players in, but is he actually going to do anything with it? He did nothing last season. They got to a Europa League final.
My hat's
and
not
lost.
Straight. Yeah,
to
but
Spurs.
I know.
Who are also lower than them in the Premier League table, which is very difficult without being relegated.
Yeah, but it's only a couple of spaces
from relegation.
Yeah, well, speaking of relegation, if United don't start well, they'll be in another one next season.
Wait.
But let's see how it goes, because they need to get in some more players.
Yeah, and
they've made a great signing in Cunha, and then they want Mbeumo as well. So then Mbeumo off the right, them two as your 10s. So
yeah, I mean they've got options.
Yeah.
We can deep dive into that a little bit more during the transfers. I think would be.
Sorry, I keep playing my beard. Who else are we looking at for bad starts?
So third worst, according to Opta, is Bournemouth. They faced Liverpool, Spurs, Brighton and Newcastle, so they've at least got 3 points when they beat Spurs.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, Bournemouth had probably not the worst season they've ever had. Yeah, they didn't get into any Europe.
A very good season.
They did, but they were in Europe and they lost it.
Bournemouth weren't in Europe.
They were at one point. They were up there.
They weren't.
Well, they were never above 10th.
Oh, in European places.
Sorry, yeah,
they just spat everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
There was in European places. There was at one point they was up there challenging for 4th.
That's what I mean. So
no, they had a good season.
And I think Spurs never went above 12 after
like Christmas probably.
After Christmas,
because they started off quite well. So I remember we were talking about them in a top 4 title potential challenge, and then look at them, couldn't even do that. I hate
bottom 4.
They couldn't even do that for me. Fucking hell. So
but
Liverpool, Spurs, Brighton, Newcastle, and who was the 5th? doing either fifth.
I don't actually have their fifth here.
And them 4 alone are horrendous.
But I mean, yeah, when you're looking,
if you're opening your season to Liverpool, it's never a good look, is it?
I mean, that's got to be tough.
And I don't know who Spurs are having the first game of the season. So let's say Bournemouth lose to Liverpool, which we're going to assume they will.
Yeah.
Then they're going to go to Spurs, and Spurs are somewhat of an unknown quantity under their new manager in Thomas Frank. Congratulations, Spurs! You have a decent manager.
Yeah.
But to be fair to all the managers you've had in the last 4 or 5 seasons, they're all decent managers. Just apparently not the right one.
When did you stop blaming the manager?
Yeah.
Stop blaming the team.
It's exactly that. What did you think of the Ange sack? And I know we're a bit late to the party here, but
well, I mean, we'll touch on it because obviously we're here and we're talking about it anyway. They should have got rid of him a long time ago, in my personal opinion. Yes, he got them to a Europa League final.
The worst Europa League competition in terms of team stature in history.
Absolutely. The fact that someone in the 17th position of the Premier League can
16th
win
and 17th.
Yeah. The fact that they were in the final is shows that it's a pretty dire position.
Well, I think they're 2 teams that benefited massively from the new format that no one dropped down from the Champions League.
Exactly.
And you're going to see teams, probably not, to be fair, they're big clubs for what I imagine we're going to be seeing winning the Champions League in future years. And,
you know, it could have been good, but for me, they also might have done it at the same time. They've done it at a good time because obviously with West Ham, obviously being your club, when you had God, what's his name?
Declan Rice?
No, the manager.
Moyes.
He stayed for another season after winning that. He probably should have gone once he'd won it. Won it, just walked away from it.
We had European football though. Then we won the Conference League. It's different. We're also not the same club. Like, as much as it pains me to say it, Tottenham are currently a bigger club than West Ham. There's no 2 ways about it. They are.
Although, where did you finish?
This year?
Yeah.
Above them.
Well,
but we had to have. They finished 17th. But they was in Europe and got to a final. We weren't.
Tin pot, though, isn't it?
I'd rather a tin pot
I get it.
cup win than fucking finishing 14th and having a defence that's more open than Bonnie Blue.
Oh, yeah, Bonnie Blue is open as well.
Yeah, fucking gaping.
Hot dog down a hallway sort of shit.
You hear an echo every time you walk by.
Oh God!
Right. Anyway, we heard the bad. Let's move on to the good. We've got easy.
Easy would be, you know, just obviously opposite end would be Aston Villa.
Who have they got?
So Aston Villa. Obviously, this is according to Opta. So before any of you lot go, I don't care. They've got Newcastle. That will be a difficult game. I'll give them that. But it's Villa, very good squad. Brentford, Palace, Everton, and Sunderland.
Oh, okay. So
in regards to what you look at,
you disclude. That's not a word.
But you don't include the Newcastle game.
Yeah, take that away.
They've got a very easy 4 games
on paper. Yeah,
on paper, according to obviously stats, facts.
No, we can only go by paper. Like that's it. It's like
you can only
Brentford,
go from
Palace, Everton, and a newly promoted team on paper is a relatively easy start for a top 4 team.
Absolutely.
And also Brentford have a new manager. Looks like it's Keith Andrews, who is their first team coach. Never had a managerial job before. I do fear for Brentford a little bit in that respect. But we'll get to that later a little bit. We'll get through this first. Just wanted to put it out there because I've noted that down. So someone remind me. By someone I mean you.
I will do my best to remind you. Obviously, the next couple would be Palace and West Ham, which...
Well, West Ham have an easy start.
Yeah, which for you guys is very important because...
We're shit.
You've got the worst record of losing... Do you know how many goals you've conceded since sort of
only Southampton and I think Leicester have conceded more or something.
So you've conceded 50 goals.
Since when?
I can't remember the date it started, but I mean it's within the last probably since Premier League began.
What, opening day?
No, opening day. Yeah.
Most goals
only one game.
Okay. Like, well, we're dreadful in general. Like we like I said, our defence is pretty open. Early starts, you want to be looking at Aston Villa, Palace, and West Ham apparently.
So they're going to be, according to obviously the stats, they've got the easiest runs. So I don't know if they're going to be facing newly promoted teams.
Well, we open up against Sunderland.
So yeah, newly promoted team,
and we'll lose.
Maybe, or you might get your first win. You win like 5-0, and you'll sit at the top of the table for the first time.
Take it. I'll take it, mate.
End the season now.
I'll take that. I'd finish bottom and take a 5-0 win opening day.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't. So Palace and West Ham are going to be in the top 6 after the first 5 games, and so are Villa.
Yeah.
United's going to be in a relegation battle, and so is Arsenal.
I hope so.
And that's it. You heard it here first.
And we do great predictions. Go on to that in a bit as well.
My own predictions. Apologies, you've not seen the reaction to the last season predictions. The edit was like navigating a minefield.
Yeah.
We was all over the place, even more so than this one. Like this is a bit.
It's fine.
This is a bit scatterbrained, but that one was like.
That was.
So if you want to see my predictions from last season, just go back and watch it. I'll put it in here somewhere.
I mean, to be honest, so because we'd had quite a long hiatus. Obviously, you being a dad for the 4th time.
Yeah. That was 4, by the way.
Me
I'm
working.
stupid enough to have 4.
Yeah. Me just working. Like it's just hard.
He's a male escort.
I just sell myself.
Supply and demand, baby.
Yeah, it's just easier that way.
Should we talk a little bit about transfers?
Well, I think we
Before
should.
you carry on
Before I get sold.
Sold? Oh,
Well, you said I was a male escort. I don't want to get sold.
All right.
So, all right, transfer window's open. So, obviously, clubs are either dropping, smart or just throwing cash. It's kind of
early doors.
It's early doors.
We've seen a lot of movement, a lot of money pass for how early it is.
A lot of big
it's
money.
Like, it reminds me of FIFA. You know when you probably not so much anymore, but career mode is all I've ever played. I don't like Ultimate Team. Maybe it's my age. I don't really do.
It's also
like,
because
packs and everything.
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of money involved.
You look. What I do is I get to a team transfer window, spunk a load of money, then start playing. Realise my team's shit. Sim forward to January to get another transfer window, spunk a load of money, and then realise it was me that's shit, not the players.
Right, fair, yeah.
That's what a couple of teams in the Prem have done so far. So United have obviously spent big. City have spent phenomenally big. Liverpool dropping grenades everywhere on transfer records.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit about done deals and some little bit of rumour mill, but there's not a great deal because we're not in the know. We're in my mum's basement.
I'm not Fabian, am I?
What, Delph?
No.
It's Fabrizio, you bellend.
Oh, shit.
Also, this isn't my mum's basement. This is my house. Yeah. Just joke. Inside joke between me and that guy.
That one guy.
Yeah.
That one guy.
That one guy, yeah. So obviously we'll talk about Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool have just broken their own Premier League record, which is the transfer record. And that is
Shocker.
on... Let's see you say his name.
Florian Wirtz.
So everyone thinks is Florian, but I don't give a fuck. By the way.
Wirtz?
I'm going to call him Wirtz because that's what it looks like. But his name is actually pronounced Florian Wirtz.
Wirtz?
Yeah.
Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
I can't do it without the accent.
Wirtz.
Wirtz.
It's you know in The Hangover,
yeah.
you know that scene in the bar when he's got the gun, and he says, when you see Omar, you tell him hello. And he
hello.
No, you say it like this. Say it like this. Hello. Sorry. Yeah. So Florian Wirtz.
Florian Wirtz.
Actually pronounced Florian Wirtz. Very good player. I see.
I might correct you every time you say it.
I see him when Leverkusen went the unbeaten season to the Europa League final. Obviously, West Ham played him in the semis.
Yep.
Saw him in that game. He didn't do a great deal against us, but I'm very excited to see him play. He looks like a very good player.
Could be very good. Yeah.
Very good stats. I am a bit apprehensive as to where he's going to play him. I think.
Does he sort of fit in?
Well, he can play anywhere behind the striker.
Yeah.
So obviously, Salah's got the right wing locked down.
Obviously.
You'd assume Szoboszlai would stay in the cam.
Well, and
then you put Wirtz out wide. Well, Diaz. I prefer him in the 10 role. I'd personally have him over Szoboszlai, but
Nuno's gone now, hasn't he?
Has he?
As far I saw something and I thought he said he was in the talks with someone to move.
Where's he gone?
He's gone some Italian team, I think they are.
Have you just made that up?
No, Google it.
I'm Google it. You're my Google. Well, I've got the updates on my phone, so I would have thought that it'd be on there if he had. I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. Liverpool's only out, so Trent and Keller. He ain't gone yet. I know he's in talks to go, but you're a bit too keen.
No. Was he in talks?
I don't know.
Sorry, give me 1 sec. some reason somebody's fucking phoning me from work about
Work?
No, not quite.
That would be about the lube where he put it.
With all the shit they're going through with the trust. Anyway.
They have a trust fund for the male escorts.
That's it.
They have to look after themselves. No one else does.
No.
Right, anyway, Florian Wirtz gone to Liverpool. 116 million rising up to like 150, mental fee. But
do you know what the thing is though?
I wonder what Klopp's thinking now.
I just, you've got a big risk paying that much money for someone. One, if he doesn't come in and just smash it from the get-go, people are going to call for you.
He's 20, what is he, 20? I don't know the exact age, he's 22 to 24, he's somewhere around there. So he's still young.
So he could be 23.
Yep, and he could quite easily be 21 or 25.
Oh, sweet.
I'm pretty sure he's between 22 and 24. I was about to say I'm pretty sure he's 22, but I'm not.
Okay.
I could just Google it, but I won't.
No.
So I'll let you correct me.
Absolutely.
See, I'm one for the people.
That's it.
But they've got him.
Yeah.
They've got another Leverkusen player in Frimpong.
Yeah.
Saw him at Celtic. Obviously saw him play against.
Is that how you say his name though?
Frimpong, yeah.
Yeah.
He came from Man City's academy. Went to Celtic. I can't remember if he was released or a small fee. Then from Celtic he went off somewhere. Might have gone straight to Leverkusen for like 10 mil. And then Leverkusen he's blown up. Done phenomenally well as a right wing back. He's not a winger, so anyone that thinks he's a winger, you're a fucking idiot. He's not. He's a wing back. He's just a very attacking one.
Yeah.
He cannot defend, so he is no better defensively than what Trent is.
I was going to say, so he's just Trent.
He's faster than Trent, and his recovery, he recovers
but
better.
He can't defend.
He can't defend very well. No.
So he is just Trent.
He's just Trent without the
bag
alcohol.
goals like Trent.
Yeah. No, he'll get more goals than Trent. He won't create as much. He'll get more goals.
Okay.
So you've replaced Trent with a decent
Trent
deputy, but he needs to learn how to defend better because you'll see he'll get roasted by wingers. He's got pace, like I said, so pace will always help him out.
I suppose it's like Kyle Walker though.
Yeah, but Kyle Walker learned how to defend.
Yeah. So Kyle Walker's a very good defender, but he also relied on his pace a lot, and you sort of see that as his career's gone on. Yeah,
and now he's old. It just doesn't seem to be as much of a factor. I don't know if it's signed, sealed, delivered Stevie Wonder, but Milos Kerkez at Bournemouth, pretty much done to Liverpool. Great signing, but again, defensively, I worry about him in a team that's going to be more on the attack. Like I think the fullbacks
it seems like he's building a very fast attacking team,
which is great. It's exciting. You're going to go forward. You're going to score loads of goals, but going the other way.
You've got to be very careful.
I would worry about counter-attacking teams. So teams like your Brentfords, dare I say your West Hams, who predominantly will play counter-attacking football.
Even some of the new teams coming up, because they're the underdogs, they'll go for
it's the blueprint of how to succeed in the Premier League.
4-4-2, long ball, route one.
And it's very easy to pick a weakness in Liverpool, and the fact you don't go down the middle because you're Van Dijk, you have to go out wide. Milos Kerkez is probably a better defensive player than Frimpong, so you probably wouldn't opt to go down that side. But
once you've exposed him, though,
I'm probably being unfair to to Kerkez in the fact of me saying that he's not that good defensively.
Yeah.
I'm a bit apprehensive of it. Similar to Aït-Nouri to City.
I think, so obviously we'll come on to City next. I think with Liverpool, that's pretty much everything though, isn't it? Obviously Darwin Núñez is.
I know they have signed him 40 million from Bournemouth. Milos Kerkez.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's signed, but it's agreed. So
okay. So obviously Liverpool making moves, making waves already. United.
That's great signings. It looks like. Well, do you remember when Klopp was moaning about not being able to compete with Man City? Yeah. And being able to spend that money. So let us know, who was the British transfer record before Florian Wirtz?
Yeah.
Wirtz. We'll go to Man United first. Man United first.
Yeah.
Obviously, Matheus Cunha, great signing.
If it works out for him.
He'll score goals. It's just.
I still have an issue with Amorim. I'm sorry. I do. He done nothing last season, and he stayed there, and people have defended him, and I don't understand it.
I think you're getting too hung up on points on the board rather than looking at the bigger picture and him him creating a culture. Like, look at what he's done behind the scenes. I know it doesn't seem like much, but I guarantee you he's starting to bed in what his ethos is. Like, he wants.
It's saying Ted Lasso.
It is Ted Lasso.
It's not.
Right? It is. It's real.
Look,
I love it. Seeing is believing. And some other. What
my issue is.
What's a fun Ted Lasso? Barbecue sauce.
That's
when he throws the dart, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
I loved that scene, by the way, because that's.
I mean, it's a bit bullshit. If you haven't seen it, by the way, go and watch the dart scene in Ted Lasso. But it's spoiler alert. It's bullshit because he'd be a professional fucking darts player if he was that good. He was playing with his left hand and he was doing okay.
Yeah, but he's left-handed.
No, he was playing with his right hand and he was doing okay. And then he swapped.
No. So he took one dart of his left hand.
No, he didn't. He played the whole game.
No, he played one.
He played the whole game with his weak hand. Then he's like, oh shoot, I forgot. I'm left-handed.
No. So he plays one dart with his right hand.
This isn't the Ted Lasso episode.
I know, but I just want to clarify this.
No.
Because I've seen this like 100 times, right? So he plays one dart with his right hand, and then
it's not one dart. It's the last dart he changes hands for.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, last three. It's the last three darts.
No, all of them. So he takes one dart with his first hand and says about Rupert betting money.
No. I'm a seer. I'm not a hero. So you need to say it in his voice. You have to act out the scene, and then I'll act out the scene. I'll be Rupert.
You're gonna be Rupert. And he goes. So Rupert, you guys really like your darts here, don't you? And what's that other game? It's like a box of cookies. That's Rupert's bit, and he goes, snooker? Oh, what I'd do to be underneath a weighted blanket with a box of snookers watching You Got Mail. And then he goes, and then Rupert.
All I remember is a bit about him asking questions.
Yeah, and he goes, because he says about his favourite quote is from Walt Whitman.
Yeah, Walt Whitman. Same guy that's in Breaking Bad. It's a poet. This book is by Walt Whitman.
Yeah, but it's not the same guy.
No, it's not, because it's Walter White. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah. And he says about, obviously, the idea is that you don't get... What's the fucking quote?
Anyway, get back to in scene.
Oh God. So anyway, so he throws one dart with his right hand.
Yeah.
And then he goes, Rupert goes, how about a game? £10,000 a game? And he goes, well, like my doctor said when I was addicted to fettuccine Alfredo, that's a little bit rich for my blood. How about this?
And that's when he says,
and he goes,
if I win, you can't come back to the stadium.
If I win, you can't come and see on this box while
Rebecca's here.
And if you win, I'll take the two. You can give me the lineup for the last two games of the season.
You can pick the lineup, yeah.
Yeah, you can pick the lineup. And then then Rupert opens up and goes, oh, I forgot I had these.
Well, he's not American.
No, I don't know why I did that. Okay, Rupert goes, oh, I forgot I had these.
Yeah, you sound like him then.
And then Ted goes, oh, I forgot I'm left-handed.
After the first start, okay, yeah. But I know, because he said to May, behind the bar, May, what do I need to win?
Yeah.
And then she says, so it isn't one dart that he throws, because it's a whole game of darts.
Yeah, no, but what I mean is...
So he played the whole game, so my point is valid, yours is invalid. What? This is a football podcast, and now we're talking about Ted Lasso. He played the whole match.
With his left hand.
No, he didn't, because it was the last few darts that he threw.
No, yeah, but you only see the last few darts that he throws.
But he played the whole game. When he asked May, it was when he swapped darts.
No, it wasn't.
So when did he swap hands then?
Straight away. So when
did he ask May?
He asked me at the end, but what I mean is...
He hadn't already swapped hands.
Yeah, he had.
No, he hadn't.
Yeah, he had.
Like you said, it skips the whole thing.
Everyone hold.
No. I'll look it up when I'm editing. I'll look up when I'm editing, because I think I'm right.
I know I'm right.
He challenges him, and he says, right, this is what we do, and they do what you just said. I win, you don't come, you win, play the whole thing. They start playing.
They don't start playing.
What are they doing then?
If
they're not playing, then why would he need something to finish?
No, yeah, but that's late. That's like afterwards. That's later on.
Skip.
Yeah.
Am I combining two scenes?
Basically, yeah.
I think I am. Yeah.
Because he throws the first time his right hand, then it goes through the whole tour.
Anyway, Matheus Cunha to United, £62.5 million. Good deal.
Yeah, I think it depends. Again, how well he does.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he is a good player. He's Premier League proven,
which is what they need. They need They need finished products, not working projects.
They've got working projects.
They've got too many working projects. So players like Diallo, who very good player, should not be starting. It should be players like Garnacho shouldn't be starting, holding down the left wing position for Man United. They come in,
but who did they put down left wing instead?
They don't have anyone. That's what my point is. It's not their fault. It's the club's fault for putting these young players in a position where they're holding the weight of a club and a number and a badge that is far outweighing where they're currently at. Like Højlund's a prime example. He is not a number 9 at United yet. I don't care what anyone says. I guarantee you, if he were to leave this summer, in 5 years' time, he'll come back to the Premier League, a phenomenal striker.
Okay, yeah.
Garnacho, his attitude stinks for me from outside looking in. So maybe not the same, but 2 years ago,
after Ten Hag had a word with him.
Yeah, but now it's gone in the shitter again
because he's with Amorim.
I don't know.
I don't think Amorim is a very good player manager.
Well, only time will tell. But they're linked with some good players as well. Buemo, who I apparently am starting to look like with my beard. Obviously, skin complexion not exactly the same, but beard looks pretty similar, and I'm bald.
Apparently that's all you need to be Brian
Buemo. I'm really good at football as well, so it's fine. City have done some bits. Well, I'll talk about a couple of players, and then the last player I want to talk about is someone that I've rated for so long, and he was so underrated. He was at AC Milan, but we'll get to it in a minute. Obviously, Ryan Aït-Nouri, I loved at Wolves, mainly because he's an exciting player. He reminded me of Masuaku at West Ham, but far better. Just that he'd do stuff with the ball that you're like, he's not a left back.
He can't be doing that. Not that position.
Similar to Frimpong, I do worry about his defensive capabilities. He's given a lot of freedom of Wolves. He won't be given that in a Pep team. We've seen that. But he's only 24.
Yeah, he's still young.
And he is a very good player. They need a left back because they're playing Gvardiol or one of their youth players there.
Yeah. Which
they can't be doing if they want to get back to where they want to be. Ryan Cherki from Lyon. Now this guy screams a Delta Apt.
Okay.
Absolutely outrageous things he does with a football. But now this is a pure speculative comment. I've not watched him enough to have any real basis for me saying this, but I get the impression that he's going to be lazy. And he's going to show up in games that he wants to show up and then disappear for 4 months in a season.
Well, he's got no Premier League experience already, has he?
No. But he's a very exciting player. Just what you want to see coming to the Premier League in terms of his running ability, his dead ball capabilities. He's a flicks and tricks type of player.
Why is he going to City then?
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm alluding to. He's very much not a Pep player.
He's a Grealish. Basically, I mean, obviously Grealish.
He's more exciting than Grealish.
I don't doubt that at all.
No. He's a what's the word? Not a flair player, because I hate that terminology.
But he is. That's what you're sort of saying, like a Neymar sort of player.
In that kind of mould, yeah. So one to watch, definitely Ryan Cherki. See how he beds in. Obviously, Pep is notorious for signing these players and then us not seeing a great deal of them in their first season.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case with Cherki, because I am excited to see him play. And then the one I want to talk about, they also signed Bettinelli on a free from Chelsea, one of their 19 goalkeepers, not going to play. But Tijani Reinders, centre midfielder, box to box, outrageously good technician. He will fill the void more than adequately of what Gundogan was meant to be.
Yeah.
He will help cover the massive hole that Kevin De Bruyne is leaving. But he is a player that...
Because he's coming in from AC Milan.
Yeah. He is ready-made for the Premier League.
Okay.
Like, he is... I can't really throw any more superlatives at him. He is a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
And he's not phenomenal in the sense of, like, how English players love Declan Rice because he can drive with the ball 40 yards.
Score bangers.
Yeah, and Declan Rice gets his plaudits, don't get me wrong, but this guy, in terms of the technical ability you need to be a footballer,
he's got it.
He hits every single tick box you can imagine.
Okay.
Just watch this guy play.
Is he going to be ruined by City?
No, he'll fit perfectly next to Rodri.
Oh, really?
Like, it's scary how well they'll go together.
Okay.
So that, for me, even as early as June the 22nd, is the sign of the summer.
Wow.
And I have no doubt about it.
You
Watch
heard
him
it
break
here
his
first.
leg in his debut or something, never play again.
Just being stretched out by the medical team, snaps a tendon.
Yeah. I think that's all we've got for City so far.
Yeah, I mean, City they've obviously, spent a bit of money already, which is no
A
real
lot of money.
surprise.
Spent money in January as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know. Tutankhamun.
My son's homework.
Tutankhamun, isn't it?
Well, no, that's just the esophagus.
Sorry, the esophagus of
No,
Tutankhamun.
it's not esophagus.
Not esophagus, that's you.
What's it called?
I don't know. Sarcophagus.
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 Is that a Pokemon? Alright, anyway. On to Chelsea.
Go on.
Liam Delap.
Yeah, I mean, everyone sort of knew that was happening even before the end of the season, I think.
Yeah, it was either them or United. Is Liam Delap coming in to be their number 9 or to be back up to Jackson?
I think he'll be there to threaten Jackson's position. I don't think he'll start over Jackson, but I think he'll be there to threaten the position. Saying that, if Jackson continues in the poor runs that he had last season, I don't see any reason why Liam Delap won't
He's
come
so
in.
aggressive. He's like Mad Max.
What? Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just kicks off. I disagree. I think Delap's coming in to start.
We reckon they'll drop Jackson for him?
Yeah. I don't. Jackson, he doesn't look like a striker to me. I know he is. I know he's a number 9.
I don't really know what Jackson doesn't look like a footballer to me though.
Yeah, he's an enigma. Like, where do you put him? Because he can't finish. His movement is phenomenal.
He can get into all the right places and do everything right.
Good first touch.
Apart from that,
he just can't finish.
But then he also goes on runs where he can.
Yeah, but that's
like, he had a good run last season where he was banging goals in for fun.
And then it coincided with Chelsea's drop off in form.
Yeah.
When they went from Premier League title challengers to struggling for top 4.
But then that was also Palmer was injured, playing for an injury.
So we think.
Yeah, obviously nothing confirmed, but it was a big drop off for a player that just doesn't seem bothered by anything.
Yeah.
Obviously, the quieter teams, you got Villa, Palace, West Ham. Nothing. I don't know if you've heard anything on the West Ham front.
No, just.
No improvement.
Yeah, just.
Is Antonio back yet?
Fuck knows, mate. He's out of contract in July.
Oh, is he?
He's refusing to sign a contract because he's got better offers on the table. Like, sentiment aside, like, he's been a great player for us, but it's time to go.
Yeah.
If he hadn't been in that car crash, he would have been the first name out the door. Like, we need to move on. Like, I like the fact that we've got rid of players, because we have got rid of a load of players, but we've got fuck all in. We've got like 9 first team players. For a club that's meant to be like the 6th or 8th richest in the Prem in terms of owners, something like that, we're high up.
Okay. I would never have thought that. I mean, yeah, his stadium's great.
Well, but it's a rental.
Well, yeah,
you know about rentals. But it's, I know West Ham fans kick off about the owners not spending money, right. They have spent money, but they've done it fucking poorly. How many strikers we had that just haven't hit?
A few.
Yeah, like Haller, Skamaka, Fulkrug. They're the last 3 strikers we've signed. All big names, all done well respectively at other places. They come to West Ham and just fall apart. Equally, we keep buying fucking players that just develop injuries. All the way back, fucking wingers. All the way back to Kieran Dyer. Came in and he had a fucking knee that's sewn together with bubblegum. Then recently, Cornet's developed the most mysterious ankle injury in history. It's so rare, no one's ever had it before. Never played, shit. Now Somerville came in, fucking injured again. Out for 3 months towards the end of the season. Then the summer fucking hits, and he goes, I need an operation now, so he's out all fucking pre-season.
But don't worry, Mike's not mad about it.
I'm happy.
He's overjoyed.
West Ham are not linked to everyone. We send ghost bids in.
Yeah.
Like, we sent a £40 million bid for Duran in January, but now apparently we have to sell to buy.
Do you feel like the emails getting sent out are like the Nigerian prince that's got loads of money, that if you just give them 20 quid, they'll send you 20 million? Is that the emails you reckon are being sent out from West Ham? So other clubs are like, nope.
Yeah, I think yeah. They get their kids to write emails inquiring about players.
And keyboards.
Right, so anyway, that's pretty much for the transfer so far, isn't it? Our disaster watch, early predictions that we're definitely going to regret.
Probably.
So what are we saying? Who's heading for a rough season based off of vibes alone? So I'll start because I've got about 6.
Okay, go on. Yeah.
3 coming up. Inevitably going to struggle.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're going to go down. Genuinely, you heard it here first. This isn't our prediction. It might change. I doubt it. I think
we'll do another one at the end of the summer once all the transfers are in and everything.
I think Leeds will stay up.
They've got big backing. Yeah.
Genuinely think West Ham are going to go down.
Oh, you think you're going to finally come and join us?
I fear for us, Brentford and Bournemouth. The reason Bournemouth is their whole back four is getting stripped. So obviously they lost Huijsen to Real Madrid. Zibani's linked elsewhere.
Yeah.
They've lost Kirkez. I don't even know who their right back is, to be honest. But Bournemouth are a very good manager and a very good setup and a very good team. But they don't have the strength to be stripped of first team players in the same position and being able to fill that void.
They don't have the money for it either, do they?
No. Well, Zibani's been there for a few years, so he was the old head next to Huijsen, even though he's only like 24 himself. And Huijsen, you don't often spend 10 million on a centre back and then to come in and be a world beater.
No,
he's starting for Spain. Like it's mental. Well, it's not. What's mental is that they only paid 10 million from Juventus for him.
Yeah,
and then he had a release clause for Champions League clubs, which is why Real Madrid came in for him, and he went. Obviously, it's Real Madrid. You're going to go.
Yeah, most 99% of the players would.
Them deals don't come around very often, even for the wheelers and dealers of the world, like Bournemouth and Brighton. So yeah, the 3 that came up in trouble. Oh, my hands are everywhere. 3 that came up are in trouble. West Ham, Bournemouth, Brentford. 6.
Okay.
Brentford, new manager Keith Andrews. I may be surprised. I doubt it.
But he's got no Premier League experience.
They'll lose in Buemo. They've already lost their goalkeeper.
Was he their first team?
Yes.
First.
So they've lost their goalkeeper. They've lost a good goalkeeper. They've lost a phenomenal goal scorer. They've lost their manager. That spells disaster for, unfortunately, not me saying it's just facts, a small club. Right, so whether they have enough to stay up, they probably do. If they, I mean, all of the teams I've listed, by the way, West Ham, Bournemouth, and Brentford, even if they're in 5th gear for most, even if they're in 4th, 3rd gear most of the season, will be good enough to stay up.
If it's anything like this season just gone,
which it will be,
where, I mean, let's be honest, Tottenham lost 22 games, finished 17th.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
So if it's anything like that again this season, that you can coast through it.
I hope it's not like even as a West Ham fan who had a poor season and we was looking over our shoulders a bit. It takes away the excitement of the Premier League.
No one's fighting for anything.
Yeah, the season was over by February,
and they were fighting for 4th place. Which okay, great, it's Champions League football, but unless your club's going to be near it, you're not interested.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's no fun from that.
It's gone.
Okay, so no, for me, I didn't even think about Brentford or Bournemouth, to be honest. I was going to throw Crystal Palace into the mix.
What, of Europe?
No,
with Europe, thinking because of Europe.
Yeah. So obviously, I don't know if it's going to be a bit too much for them.
We've got a very small squad.
Exactly. So I was going to put you up there, West Ham with.
It's hard to argue.
And then, so I mean, I only threw in the 5 because I didn't even think about West Ham either, to be honest. But I personally think that the 3 promoted will go back down. I know the size of Leeds, Sunderland, how everyone's like, oh, they deserve to be back, and that's great. You won the championship, you deserve to be back. Problem is, you're not good enough to be in there. So unless they start making real waves within the transfer market,
they have signed
I can't see him.
They've signed a good striker, Leeds. I say good striker, it's based off a Football Manager. Lucas Nemeka from Wolfsburg.
Yeah. How was he doing at Wolfsburg? Do you know?
Don't know. But on FIFA he's good.
Okay.
And Football Manager. But that's how West Ham do their signings. Just look at Football Manager. I'm just tired of it. I wish I didn't support a team. When I was younger, right, and you'd ask people who do you support, and they'd say, "Oh, I don't support anyone." You're like, "What a weirdo!" Them guys are free.
Glory on those.
They're free. They're just free. They don't have this.
They can support whoever they
can
want.
enjoy football. I'm going to the game at the weekend. Oh, who do you support? Oh no, I'm just going to Villa, Brighton.
Yeah, I mean,
Who do you want to win? Oh, I don't know what stand we're in.
whoever I'm closest to,
like that's freedom. That's real freedom.
and that is nice.
Yeah, so I don't. That's real freedom. Like being a free agent.
Yeah,
it's like not having a job. It's like living out in the woods. But real freedom is not supporting a football club.
It's having the freedom to never be upset about football.
This is a tie. I feel like I want to cry. This is a tie I can never break. I can never undo. You can't get rid of it. Like as much as I hate them, like it's worse than a toxic relationship, because a toxic relationship eventually something happens to end it. Unfortunately, one way or the other. There's no way of ending this.
Yeah,
it's indefinite.
I mean,
unless you're a Berry fan.
The difference is that you're a toxic relationship in a mansion. Have you tried being a toxic relationship in a council estate? Because that's what Watford fans is. That's a Watford fan relationship. You get beaten, but you're getting nice things, all right? I get beaten and get
what nice do we get?
You got a really
I can't
nice
go to the stadium because it costs too much.
Oh, there is that.
It costs too much. If I go and I take the boys, it costs me like £1,000. And I can't even see the pitch.
And you're still going to get beaten for it.
Yeah, it's still going to lose. The highlight of my day is the train beers on the way up. Fucking hell. So, any advice to anyone who hasn't got a team yet, who might come across this, don't get one. Stay free. And you might just enjoy football. And on that note, I've got nothing else to say. Does the Club World Cup, right, do the red cards in that?
The fucking what? The Club World Cup.
The Club World Friendly Cup.
I hope, right, and this is how I feel about the Club World Cup. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it because I'm not giving them any more money. I hope the players don't get paid to play in that.
It's on like Channel 5.
I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't pay my TV license to watch that.
You don't have to for Channel 5, it's free.
No, you do because it's live TV.
So you're telling me you can't watch live TV?
No, unless you've got your TV license.
So how come it's only the BBC that don't have ads?
I don't know. But that's what they say to you. Like you can't watch like Amazon Prime or Netflix if it's got live streaming on it.
But that's not only TV, that's for a streaming platform.
Look, speak to the fucking BBC about it. I don't know.
Sorry, I forgot what your point was because you lost me.
The Club World Cup
Yeah,
is the biggest heap of poo-poo
I agree.
I've ever heard of. Right,
I agree.
I've not watched a single moment of it, and I
I
don't see the point.
tried to the other day. It was when I was putting Bodie to sleep. Bodie's a baby, obviously. You know that. Bodie's the baby.
Buddy's
Trying to put
baby.
him to sleep. Like his mum was in bed, and I was like, "Oh, there's some Club World Cup game on at 8."
Let me guess. He watched it and fell instantly asleep.
No, I nearly did. I turned it off after 8 minutes, and I think I ended up watching fucking YouTube shorts.
But it's just basically a tournament of friendlies, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same as the Nations League for clubs. It's
It's shit.
I'd love to get the opinion of Chelsea and who are the English clubs are in it? City fans.
United fans are there, aren't they?
United aren't there.
Are they not there?
It's Chelsea and City.
Okay.
Any of those fans who managed to come across this podcast, let us know what your thoughts are on the Club World Cup. Is it an actual trophy? Especially those two clubs, because you are big clubs that earn a lot, that have got a lot of trophies over the years.
If you win it, where do you put it? Like,
is it like Community Shield level or is it like FA Cup?
I can't see it being FA Cup.
I think the
Community
title,
Shield might be the best.
The title of it, though, the fact that it's the Club World Cup and it's such a small fraction of clubs that have won it.
Well, they've also got semi-pro teams playing in it.
Yeah, I don't understand why you got Australian teams in there, but then I'm not saying they should be there, but why aren't Celtic or Rangers there? Like Celtic have dominated the Scottish Premier League for years,
Yeah.
and you got teams like Borussia Dortmund there who finished like 7th this year or 5th. Like,
Yeah, they're a big club though.
they're a big club, but so are Celtic.
Yeah,
in
I
terms of
suppose.
like, and this look, it works the same for Rangers. By the way, I'm a Celtic fan, but it works. It works the same. They're big clubs. A Benfica there or someone like that.
You've got loads you've got loads of really random clubs.
Yeah, so where what
I don't know how the format
is it
works.
pulled out of the league? Like where the leagues are? If so, why is there a semi-professional Australian team there?
Probably because they won the league in Australia. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't.
I don't understand how it works. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of it.
Stupid times as well. Let pre-season be pre-season.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, you're not giving the players enough rest. And how long is it before Pep comes out again and goes, "Oh, the players are playing too much. They haven't got enough fixtures."
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about when you were getting all that extra money to play in the Club World Cup? Why didn't you let your players have a rest then? Hey, you fucking bald prick.
Oh, easy. I didn't say anything.
Not you, Pep Guardiola.
Sorry.
But that's me. I'm done. You trying to see if you've got anything else that you've missed out?
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, I mean,
I've lost my fucking notes.
oh well, that's what happens, mate. You got too carried away with your West Ham rant.
Yeah,
earlier,
I did.
And your Ted Lasso mishaps.
I wasn't wrong. I'm right.
Okay. But that's our show. So the 25-26 season has not started yet. But we're already forecasting some major falls. Well, probably not major falls. They're probably going to happen. So
Yeah. When does it start, the season?
end of August.
Okay.
I think
Got
it's
a couple more months of freedom.
yeah, before
I feel
the pain
like I'm on
starts.
day release.
If it makes you feel better, the championship starts sooner, so you get to watch me suffer before you suffer.
Yeah, true. That's good.
But I'll let you know what my first one is, my first fixture, and we can suffer
Suffered in silence,
Together.
loudly, together.
which would be nice.
Yeah. But on that note, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll be back in. Yeah.
That was a crap.
Tell them a joke or something.
It was
Go on, put you on the spot.
West Ham winning the Premier League. That's a joke.
Good one.
Bosh.
Um,
But yeah, that's all from me. I
Anyway,
think
if you
I've
haven't
dug my grave
already,
enough.
please do like and subscribe. Follow us on all our platforms, which are X, Twitter, same
But
thing.
yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, and obviously here. We're on the way to 300. We would love to get to 300 subs before the season starts.
Definitely a long time. 500 would be lovely before the season starts, so we
I
can
think
really.
you're out of your goddamn mind.
But I want to show everyone our overreactions to silly little things and how we are wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong.
On that note, follow, like, subscribe, ring that
Please.
bell. Bye.